Check out FlipsideGaming.com for all your gaming needs. Use the promo code HEROES to save 10% on all orders over $10 and support the channel at the same time. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and today we have some Guilds of Ravnica Planeswalker deck preview cards to take a look at, 6 in all, including the 2 featured Planeswalkers, as you can see from the title card there. And we also got to look at one of the cards from the main set, but it's just a common. We'll look at it quickly today. So before we get started, just a fast reminder, if you check out the description below, you'll find a few ways to help support what we do here at the channel. Our Patreon page is linked down there. You're also going to find some links to products on Amazon. If you make any purchases on Amazon, once you go through that first link, we'll get a small percentage no matter what it is. And finally, Flipside Gaming still offering a promo code for the viewers, so hopefully you can save some cash while you support the channel. As always, thank you not only to the folks that look at those links, but to all the viewers. Y'all make the channel what it is, so thank you, and let's get into it. All right, let's begin with a card that's in the regular set. It's Wary a Copy. This is a green and 2 Antelope, common 3/2 with Vigilance. Not a lot to say about this card. It's not really exciting, obviously, for any sort of constructed format. Would you play this in Limited? Only if I have to, honestly, is the answer to that for me. Just because I don't like 3/2s for 3. Even with Vigilance, that's not good enough for me. And if I can avoid playing this and try to find another creature, even in my sealed pool, I'm going to try to do it. Now, sometimes in sealed, you might get backed into a corner, and this is the best you got, and you just need a 3-drop creature for your curve. And if that's the case, you'll play it. You might not be happy with it, but you'll play it. But the reason I try to avoid this is because basically these 3/2s are most of the time going to trade with a 2/2 that only costs 2 on the other side of the battlefield. That's not going to feel real good. I don't want to put myself back on resources right off the bat like that. So if I can avoid this one, I'm going to try to avoid it, even in draft and sealed. All right, let's move on to the Planeswalker deck cards. We'll look at 3 from each of the decks that are exclusive just to those products. However, just a reminder, they will be standard legal, but typically they try to design them in such a way that they won't be powerful enough to make any kind of real impact in standard, and that appears to be the case this time around too. So adjust expectations here. We'll begin with RAL Caller of Storms. A red, a blue, and 4 legendary Planeswalker RAL. This is a mythic, 4 loyalty, +1 draw a card, -2. This will deal 3 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 targets. -7, draw 7 cards, and it will deal 7 damage to each creature your opponents control. I'm glad they said each creature your opponents control because I could see myself playing this maybe in a casual commander deck, but not in a whole lot of other places, honestly. Obviously, when you're looking at a 6 casting cost Planeswalker, only 4 loyalty, the abilities are not bad, but they're nothing breathtaking. So this is not something that will cross over very easily into the world of Standard. As a matter of fact, if I'm playing Kitchen Table Magic or I'm playing this out of the box against the Vraska deck, I'll be happy with it. I'll play it. It will be fun, but I don't see myself doing a whole lot else with this card. Maybe a casual commander deck, like I said, like you could throw this in. The +1 draw card is just fine. That's good. The -2 being able to spread around a little bit of damage isn't going to be very impactful, but at least it can hit any target, including players or Planeswalkers, so that's kind of nice to have that versatility anyway. The -7, it's going to be tough to get there. Most of the time, you're not going to. When you do, it's one of those ultimates that's not going to close out the game, but should position yourself in a pretty good spot to win a game, although it's not that strong in a multiplayer game, honestly. So yeah, nothing wrong with this card. It's just what you would expect from a Planeswalker deck Planeswalker. Okay, here's the rare card that you get in RAL's Planeswalker deck. It's RAL's Dispersal. 2 blue and 3, instant, return target creature to its owner's hand. You may search your library and or graveyard for a card named RAL Caller of Storms. Reveal it, put it into your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. So with these Planeswalker decks, they always give you a card that's going to help you tutor up your Planeswalker or pull it back out of the graveyard and take it to your hand. Now, the reason for that is the most fun you're going to have with the Planeswalker decks is sitting down and actually playing with a Planeswalker. So they try to give you an extra card to help improve the percentage chance of that happening. And this is the card that fulfills that role in this particular deck. Not a lot else to say about it. I do like that it is return target creature to its owner's hand, so it can be an opponent's creature if you want to just push across extra damage, or you could target one of your own creatures at instant speed to protect it. But obviously, this isn't something that will cross over into standard or anything like that. Here's the uncommon that comes in that deck. It's RAL Staticaster, a red, a blue, and 2, a Viashino Wizard this time, trample 3/3, and whenever this attacks, if you control a RAL Planeswalker, RAL Staticaster gets +1/+0 for each card in your hand until end of turn. So notice this does not have to be the RAL that comes in the deck. This can be any RAL this time, so that's kind of nice again for maybe casual play if you want to use some of your other RALs, either the brand new one that's about to come out or the old one. And the card itself, I mean, not super exciting. 3/3 with trample for 4. When it attacks in, it's going to get some sort of power, but not toughness boost. Assuming, of course, you have a RAL in play. So ultimately, this thing is probably dying in combat 99% of the time. It's just about how much damage it can get across in the meantime. Now, blue, of course, does have a lot of ways to draw cards, so you might be able to get your hand stacked and have a real big attack with this. But again, you're jumping through a lot of hoops unless you're maybe playing some casual kitchen table magic or casual commander. Maybe you try it out there. Other than that, this again is a card that you're not going to see in standard or anything like that next season. Alright, let's move on to the Vraska deck. With Vraska, Regal Gorgon. This is going to cost a green, a black, and 5. Legendary Planeswalker Vraska Mythic, 5 loyalty, +2. Put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature. That creature gains menace until end of turn. -3, destroy target creature. -10, for each creature card in your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Okay, this is very expensive at 7. It does come in with 5 loyalty. It has a +2, so that's kind of nice. The -10 is kind of awkward for me because if you don't have any creatures in your graveyard, your ultimate is basically doing nothing. The -3 is good. I mean, destroy target creature for 3. You can do that as soon as you play Vraska. I actually like that. The +2, giving something menace and a +1/+1 counter. Nothing earth-shaking, but there are some decks that would appreciate that synergy. Decks that are focusing on evasion or focusing on +1/+1 counters or something like that. Problem is, there's already so many better cards that exist. If you're talking about Commander, for example, that will do this type of thing just better. So throwing this in your deck maybe as a redundancy, casually it could be fine, but other than that, I mean, for 7, this just doesn't feel like it's going to do a whole lot for you in the long run, and it is also pretty situational. With all that combined, yeah, I feel like it's asking a lot at 7 mana, even for a Planeswalker deck. Planeswalker, as a matter of fact. But casually, could you have some fun with this? Absolutely. Again, don't forget, this is really about casual kitchen table magic more than anything. And this will be a playable and actually sometimes good card in those scenarios. Vraska Stone Glare. Here's the rare that you'll find in this particular deck. A green, a black, and 4 sorcery. Destroy target creature. You gain life equal to its toughness. You may search your library and or graveyard for a card named Vraska Regal Gorgon. Reveal it. Put it into your hands. If you searched your library this way, shuffle it. So, of course, here's the card in this particular deck that lets you find that Vraska a little bit faster or get it back from the graveyard. So, wonderful. You want to have this in your deck so that you sit down and play with Vraska as much as you possibly can, right? So, with that being said, destroy target creature is its ability for 6. Casual magic, that's just fine. Sorcery speed, it's going to be a little bit slow, of course, but it will take care of a problematic creature for you in most cases, so nothing wrong with it again for casual play. Once in a while, the life gain might be relevant too. Attendant of Vraska, green, black, 1, zombie soldier. This one's the uncommon, 3/3. When this dies, if you control a Vraska Planeswalker, you gain life equal to Attendant of Vraska's power. So this is the card that will interact with any Vraska. Doesn't have to be the one that comes in the deck. This is a 3/3 zombie soldier for 3, and potentially when it dies, you might gain some life, and zombies do have lords and different ways to pump them up, right? And obviously, the Vraska out of the box could pump this creature up, so maybe you're gaining a significant amount of life from time to time. It's kind of interesting for 3 mana. The only thing I would consider is if I want to throw this in a random zombie deck, the colors are a little off, as are Vraska's colors a little bit off typically, because you usually think zombies, you think Esper colors. So the green is a little odd to have on a zombie if you're trying to work it into some already existing commander builds or something like that. But, I don't know, design-wise, not the worst card of the bunch by any means, and I could see where this could be fun again in casual play. Alright, with that being said, those are the Planeswalker deck exclusive cards. Now, the official previews begin on Monday, and that's when things are really going to start heating up, and we'll be doing recaps every day that they show us new cards and get everything together for you and give you my quick thoughts on each one like we've been doing. But I think we're going to see some exciting things next week. Now, tomorrow we're going to do our market watch as we always do on Saturdays, so check out the channel for that. But until next time, hey, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible by the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.